DEMOCRATIC. Everything you need to know about the Vigo Dem Party. So sit back, relax, and watch from anywhere. Get ready for a chat with a chair.
Quite an ad campaign over the years for Boot City. I mean, you've had some really clever ads, and of course, billboards that are very uniquely placed in various spots to draw people to come to your location. What was the impetus behind all that?
Well, number one, you kind of, out there where we're at, we kind of got to create your own crowd.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a store in the mall, what they do is, it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do deal. This guy comes here and sees this one, you know, and all that. We had to create our own crowd. Well, our ad budget was pretty much close to zero when I started this deal. And so what we did, we had two things that we started with. Number one, I had these little yellow barns. I don't know if you ever remember seeing them around with pizzazz dog food on the front of them and all that, but I would give these barns to these merchants if they'd set them out in front of their store, see, because I could build a barn cheaper than I could rent a billboard, by far. You know, so we did that for a while, and then I had a number of billboards on 41. Some of them are blown down, and now the state, if they blow down, they don't have the right sticker on them. You can't put them back up, you know, which is, merchants like myself do not like that, let me tell you.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
bet that's true.
But on my first billboards, I couldn't afford to paint them, so we cut the letters out of plywood and put them up there ourselves. But then ran on to an old guy around town by the name of Chuck Dimmitt, who was the greatest sign painter you ever came across. And so Chuck painted a lot of signs for me over the years. And then now they go to vinyl, see. But we did that, and then as you guys know, Jay and I have made a lot of commercials together. And we've made some that were good. And then I don't guess we even want to get into that failure part, do we? We've got some that kind of bombed a little, you know, but, you know, you just dust it off and get another one.
So have you had some ideas for a commercial that have not actually been followed up, or that have not been exactly what you thought they'd be?
Oh, no. If we get an idea to do one, we're
right.
on it.
You're on it.
Yeah, no. We don't let it rest.
Don't let it rest.
No,
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Have there been any that haven't quite worked out as you had hoped, though?
Oh, there's quite a few of them, you know. But you know, after you see them, you get a feel for them,
Okay.
and you say, you know, this dog's not going to hunt. Just ditch it, you know. We'll get another one. But then we've had some really good ones. You know, one of the good ones that we've put out here lately was the drone commercial. You know, we had the drone in our store. Now, the way this happened is Jay and I had kind of been talking about this, and we was out on the golf course with this guy and putting our clubs away. Yeah, I got this drone, I can do this for you. Well, this guy had worked for the railroad, and let me tell you what, he had a big ticket drone. I mean, it was no dime store deal, you know. But the railroad told him, you know, use it however you want it. So he said, I'll come down there and take care of that for you. So we agreed on it. I think I got to pay two rounds of golf to do this, you know. Seriously. But the guy comes down and he gets in there in that store with that drone. Only had one problem. See, we've got boots hanging from the ceiling there on some fishing line there. And I don't know why I did that. I mean, it sounded good at the time. I did it. They've been there for years. The drone got tangled up in one of those fishing lines, crashed one time, but the rest of the time it did great. But it's been a super commercial. Normally I like to have live people in the commercial,
Yeah.
but this one was great. Fortunately, Jay found some good music for it, you know, to back it up. It's pretty catchy.
And the guy, Jay, we're talking about is Jay Scott, who, of course,
Yeah,
has been
yeah.
a big guy in your operation, and of course has been great assist here on the chat as part of our production crew. So
Yes.
he keeps things pretty light here on the set.
Right, yes. Well,
You've noticed that, I'm sure.
I'm sure of that. Yes, yeah. Well, you know, Jay and I think, go back about 30 or 40 years.
Is that right?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Back when, you know, he was selling TV and radio ads back then. I mean, many years ago.
He's done a number of things, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, yeah.
Most of which we can't talk about on here,
Well,
but
well, not if his wife watches the show.
he's got final editing, I think, here too, so I think he's going to be all right. But I was recently down at Boots City, and it's amazing all the things that are going on down there, and of course, it's got a great restaurant down there as well. So, talk about all the things that our viewers could come down there, not just Boots by any means.
Well, no, we got into those boots, and then I mean it was working quite well, but I couldn't leave well enough alone, you know. Then
Of course not.
I called the Levi Company. Now you would think retailing would be fairly straightforward, and it should be, but it's not. So I called the Levi Company, and this was back when Levi had salesmen. They don't have salesmen now at all, but back then they had salesmen. Well, they wanted, or I wanted Levi's. and
Are
they-
these Levi's you're wearing tonight? Or?
No, these are probably Carhartts, because you got to take what you can get right now.
Yeah, you got some good
So-
Carhartt stuff
Yeah,
in there. Yeah.
And they're shipping again in February. They
Okay.
advised me. But anyway, I wanted these Levi's, and Levi said, "No, we're not going to sell to you." He said, "We don't need a store like yours down there," and it wasn't quite that big. So
They were busy at the
anyway,
bottom half, probably. Better at the bottom half? Is that
yeah, probably they had a little fancier store.
Yeah.
But the way I got Levi's back then is I had the guy that was selling me boots came in, and he said, "You know, you need to go see Crazy Red." I said, "Yeah, I don't know Crazy Red." He said, "Yeah, he's Crazy Red. I'm not going to tell you the name of the town, but it was in Kentucky." I don't know if he's still operating or not. But anyway, I go down here to see Crazy Red because he has supposedly Levi's.
Did we drive the limo with the horns?
No,
Okay,
I had
just
to pick up truck then.
Okay, just checking.
But I went down there. Sure enough, I meet this guy. Great big old guy. Has a Corvette, great big suspenders, you know. And,
Red hair or what? Why
well,
red?
no, he's a great big old boy. But
All right.
Crazy Red, and he had a son named Loco Allen. They had their names on the windows, see. Well, Crazy Red, for some way or other, got all these FD Levi's.
Oh,
Okay.
back on the FDs.
FDs again. Now,
They're back to the FDs. I was wondering about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like old Pell's over. You know Johnny Pell over
Uh-huh.
there, the old Pell store? Well, he got started selling socks, I guess.
FD socks.
That-
Who knew?
That's I've been told. I don't know. The only thing I know, I sold him a mule one time. He come and got it in his van.
I doubt the mule is an FD.
Yeah, no, well, yes, he was too. That's the reason I sold him. So, but anyway, I go down there, and this Crazy Red, he is a dandy, and
I can imagine.
he must have had 6 old storefronts in this old town that is kind of abandoned. He takes me in there to show me this stuff, and he opens the door to this door, and we go in, and there's boxes stacked clear to the ceiling. There's only a pathway. So Red pulls out his cigarette lighter. That's the only light that we have to go down through there. Well, all this stuff here, I was for this place gonna catch on fire, you know. So anyway, I make a deal with him. I buy these Levi's. You know, I think kind of word got out. Maybe I was selling for half what everybody else was, and the Levi salesman come to see me. He said, "Now, Rod," he said, "I think if you'll go upstairs and just lay a carpet down here and take some pictures, we'll send it in to Levi and kind of get you in business." And that's the way it happened.
Is that right?
That's it, yeah.
Thank goodness for Big Red.
Yes, it was.
Did you ever meet Loco?
No.
I mean, the
No,
son?
I didn't. I'd heard about Loco, but no, I got to tell you about Big Red.
All right.
He didn't have a cash register. He had an old ammo box on his desk. He put his money in it. He'd walk off and he'd just leave it there. Go to the other building and left. So I said something to this guy one time. Said, "You know, I can't believe he just left that money there." He said, "Everybody around knows Crazy Red and nobody's going to touch it." He said, "One time I was down there," and he said, he and Crazy Red and another guy got in a big argument, and he said, "Red reached back there, pulled out his gun, and shot the guy's toe off." So I wouldn't touch that box either.
No, I don't blame you. Good decision.
Yeah, it was something else.
So, but for our viewers that are particularly the holiday season and birthdays coming up for people, what if they come down to Boot City? What can they look to find down there?
Oh, golly, you know, we've got everything now. We've got a lot of clothing down there. You know, we got jewelry. You know, we've got shoes, and we got all kinds of things.
What's your go-to boot for a first-time boot buyer? What would be the go-to boot?
You know, they're really. I mean, the boot business is very competitive now, so they all got pretty good control. Probably one of our leading Western boots now is probably the Dan Post boot. You know, Warren Buffett bought some of the others like Justin and Tony Lama and some of those other boots, and I don't know what happened there, but they're not seem to be quite as aggressive as they used to be in their marketing. New companies have sprung up like the Ariat company, and like I said, Dan Post still doing a good job. They're still good boots. They just don't market them real well. But the other thing we do, we try and make shopping fun there in Boot City. Today I was just in there for a while. Jay and I shot a little deal there for a program, and I talked to people from Springfield, Illinois. They've made it, and I mean a lot of people do that because we have a major highway they go by. No, these people had driven over. We had people that had driven up from Evansville. I mean, we were destinations for them.
Oh.
But we got a lot of trinkets sitting around. The latest thing I started putting in there was sad irons. You remember sad irons?
Sad irons. What is that?
Sad irons. She remembers sad irons. Well, it was an old iron that you had a coal stove. You set this iron on.
Okay, yeah.
And your mother pick it
Yeah,
up.
now
with
they're
a
talking
handle
about.
and turn.
So those are selling like hotcakes.
No, we don't sell them. We just put them in there.
Oh, just put them up there?
Yeah.
What about the cowboy hat you got on here? Selling any cowboy hats down there?
Oh, yeah. You know, Western hats is still a big deal. But I got to tell you, most people don't wear them, to work in. They're mainly to go to concerts and things like that now. Dress up.
So a Western hat is the appropriate terminology?
Well, yeah, I'd say so.
So now the one you've got on this evening, what's the brand of that one?
Well, it's the Stetson.
Oh.
And actually, I've worn this same style of hat since I was 18 years old.
Is that right?
Yes. I don't think we hardly even handle Stetsons in the store anymore. They're kind of expensive,
Well.
for this day and age, and for people.
You got a brand though, I mean, so.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they make a great hat, but like I said, people that buy hats from us use them to go to,
Concert.
a Willie Nelson concert or, something like that. A few of the older guys, probably such as myself, still wear some Western hats and feel comfortable in them. Once in a while you get a young guy that does it, but not often.
Mm-hmm.
But we try to, do the hats and boots, and we handle some stuff now for the Hispanic crowd.
So 32 years now then? Is that right?
Right, yes.
So would you envision 32 years ago you'd have the operation you have going right now?
No way, no. Actually, like I said, I had absolutely no background in retailing. We blundered through it. Fortunately, I've had some salesmen that were friends that could kind of help me a little bit here and there, kind of say, Roger, messing up here, you don't do this, I listened to them, I had to. They knew more than I did.
So many people, of course, view you as quite a visionary, considering what you started with and where you are right now. What would you say to those people?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe I'd probably say that. I'd kind of say we probably made it up as we go along.
Well, now you're being a little modest, but for our viewers out here, some people, young people that are in a position you might have been in 32 plus years ago. What would you tell them?
Well, it can be done, but you got to like what you're doing.
I guess you like what you do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I tell you what, I'm old enough to retire, but I have no desire to do that. Now, obviously, I may not go over there 10 hours a day like I did at one time, but no, if young people, have an idea, and usually I'm a big one on saying if there's a will, there's a way. In fact, we got a T-shirt in the store it's a Willie Nelson T-shirt, said if there's a Willie, there's a way. I thought it was quite funny. But no, it can be done. But then the thing of it is, it just don't happen overnight, and
Takes a lot of hard work.
yeah, and if you got a big rock, you just got to keep hitting it till it busts, and some people want to do it, some don't. Some people get discouraged, but they say, I don't know, it's like 50% of the retailers, or maybe more than that, just about time to turn the corner, they throw in the towel. And I'm not going to be one to tell you that I haven't considered it a time or two. Seriously.
How about all this with COVID? How's that affected business?
Well, we closed down for 5 weeks. That kind of took a little wind out of our sales there. But quite frankly, our business is very, very good. We've tried to take precautions. We put up, for a while, we had masks and we had the shields and all that. Now, I feel like everyone's had an equal opportunity for a vaccine. We do not require masks. It's at their discretion. We still have the shields there. That's kind of for our people. But it's caused a lot of people a lot of problems, and actually to the point, I've lost some good friends from it.
Yeah.
It's been a real drag on the nation.
That's for sure. Now, I can't fathom that anybody's viewing us doesn't know where you're located, but just so everybody knows where we're talking about so they can come down and see it. What's the address down there at Boot City?
I think it's 11800
11
US 41
South US 41
But,
South.
Yeah, if they come to Terre Haute, they'll see a billboard.
That I think you're accurate about. Now, I've also seen down there, and there's signage about your Opry down there. Is that right?
Yeah, been there, this is the 14th year. Now, I didn't run it this year. I got a friend of mine that stepped in and running it, but my wife and I ran it for 13 years.
Let's talk about that.
Well, that was another deal. I had this furniture store down there,
Yeah.
You know, for a while. I mean, it was a pretty good sized furniture farm. And I just, I mean, we're probably going to be getting back into some furniture here in our store, but it's a different kind of furniture. But I had the overstuffed furniture and stuff there, and I, for some reason or other, it just wasn't my deal. Well, I'd always wanted to do one of these Oprys. So I just kept thinking about it, and one day I walked in and told the people, start selling everything, I'm building an Opry here. And we did it, you know, in about a year. I've got some guys that work for me that have a lot of talent. We went in there and built a whole new deal, put in a stage. My wife and I, at that time, we visited 13 Oprys throughout the United States to find the good and the bad of each one of them. And when we got done, I think we had one that it was workable. It was workable for us. Been good to us. It's another deal. It's quite fun. If you don't like it, don't do it. You know.
So talk about, though, what would our viewers be looking forward to on the Opry?
Well, you never know. We had a deal there last Saturday night as Cash the Killer and the King, Johnny Cash. And these are all, I don't know if they call them impersonators or knockoffs or what they are. Obviously, you don't get a lot of big name talent in a small theater. Even though we've had Ronnie McNeil down there, you know, we had Gene Watson there one time.
They're FDs, apparently.
Well, no, these guys are real deals, you know, and they put on great shows. They do. In fact, it's kind of hard to get them really because you know, they're wanting to play a theater that's got 30,000 people. We got
Right.
300, you know. But we've had a lot of fun there. I've had made a lot of great friends there. You know.
So it seats 300 people, and
Yeah.
how many times a year are you having those at the Opry?
We used to do 20 some shows a year. This
Okay.
year, because of COVID, I only scheduled in about 10 shows because I didn't know if people would actually come out and come back to the Opry. They have, not in the numbers that they did before, but I think I'm going to be okay by next year.
Okay.
You know, so.
Well, you definitely enjoy what you do, and that's great advice to people, but we appreciate you joining us. It's been a delight to have you in here and share some of your stories, and of course, we want to do some features on your Boot City down there and get people down there to see you and encourage them to see all the great things that you're doing to draw people to the Wabash Valley. So any final thoughts for our viewers?
No, actually, though, I should say thanks. It's nice of you people to ask me in here, you know. Sometimes I get boring people, you know. So,
Well, I find that hard to believe,
yeah.
but it's been a true delight to chat with you. And again, we wish everybody a happy New Year. And if you are looking for activities to do for New Year's, get down to the Opry, get down to Boot City, and get your boots and your Western hat. And until we talk again, Happy New Year. This has been Joe Etling, Chat with the Chair. Rod, thanks for being here.
Great.
Thank you so much. We are back at the Chat with the Chair, and we are delighted to be on location at Boot City. And not only are we on location at Boot City, we are in the studio.
That's right.
We are in the official studio, and I want to tell you, this is a nice studio.
You're surprised at how big it is, right?
Shocked. Absolutely shocked.
That's room for 2 chairs, right? Yeah.
I mean, it is unbelievable
Vicky,
here.
come on over here.
Get in there.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not going to do that.
I'm just curious where the makeup room is, though, here. You've got customers over here.
Yes.
She probably would be shocked to know that you're the owner of this place. This guy's the owner over here. Come on over. See, we we suck him in here on the Chat with the Chair. Come on, have a seat here.
Sit down here. Yeah.
Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Mindy Bell. I'm from Southern Illinois,
Nice, Mindy Bell from Southern Illinois.
close to Almy.
Only,
Do you know who this guy is?
I do believe I've seen him before. I have been to the show.
Oh, you have, down the opera, yeah. How's the white squirrel?
They are still doing well.
Is that right? Yeah. Do you know Joe over here?
I'm Joe Etling. We got a little show here that we're conducting here, and this is our featured guest, so we had to come down and see this establishment. You come from quite a distance, though, to come here, and you're a long-standing customer. Any suggestions for the owner here? Not that he's going to listen to you, but you might go ahead and just float it out to him.
And you can include retirement, stuff like that.
No, I think it's a wonderful store. I love all the old stuff that pops through, and just all the new stuff.
Well, hey, thanks for coming.
you.
Thanks for sitting down and playing with us here a little bit. That was fun. So what would you say your favorite part of the store is?
Well, I don't know, probably the cash register.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, now, what you see here is going to be changed come the first of the year.
We've got to get in there and see this changes. What's going to happen?
Well,
here?
we're taking these balconies out up here.
Are we extending the studio? Is that what we got in mind?
Well, the studio's going to stay.
Oh,
No,
of course,
no,
naturally.
we're not. No, the studio stay. We're taking all this out, and we're probably to a limited extent. We're going to have a lot of this country furniture and
Nice.
stuff like that in here. So this area here is going to change.
Very nice.
What about them wanting this ATM machine?
No.
Well, we had an ATM machine in here. This has been what, Joe or Jay?
Oh, you probably talking 5 or 6 years ago now.
Oh, yeah, I thought maybe longer than that. I don't know. Anyway, we had this ATM machine. That's right there. And one morning, about 6 o'clock, I get this call. And the sheriff says, you need to come over. There's a break-in at your store. Okay. So I come over here, and guys, there's red lights everywhere. And next thing I know, there's a pickup truck sitting right here. Yeah, and we had a big table here with wax candles on it, you know, these big candles. This joker had stolen a truck up here at a place called the old Midwest Vans, which was up the road years ago.
Yeah.
Came down here, he backed through that wall, knocked that wall out, backed in here. Fortunately, he went between the posts because this was a pole building. And the truck was still running when I got here. And he had been back here and tried to load this ATM machine, but he forgot he had stolen the truck that had one of those fifth wheels in the back of it, so there wasn't much room to put that. The guy had a bad day. The other thing was he'd tried to take off and all that candle wax on this floor, he's sitting there spinning. Yeah. So we never did find the guy, but tore up my ATM machines. Hey, we want to let her play our Bet Your Boots game.
You have gifts
You know-
inside of them?
Right, yes.
But do you have them in there now?
Oh, I think so. I don't know. Let me.
Bet your boots. Look at this. Bet your boots.
This is a very popular game show.
Well, there's a few in there,
Okay.
but go over here and we'll try. Where are you from?
West Terre Haute, Indiana.
West Terre Haute. You know Jay?
No, I don't.
He's from over in
Everybody
West
knows
Terre
Jay
Haute.
Scott.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
mean?
Well, you know,
We live way out in the country.
yeah.
Well, I kind of do as well.
Yeah.
That's why we don't cross paths.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, you know Joe Adling? He has an office there just as you go before you go.
Oh,
to the
yeah,
river.
yes, I do know that.
Yeah.
You know Rod McKelly, the
Yeah.
owner of Boot City?
I do.
Yeah.
I assumed that's who you were.
Oh yeah, he's.
You're gonna know by the time we get this over.
You know, if you're not already there, you may regret that you know him. But I'm confident by the time he's done with
We're going to
you,
be buddies then.
Yes,
So-
we will.
or enemies, one of the two. It's going to
Well,
be. It's
hey.
a fine line.
Well,
My
no,
name
wait.
is Kim.
Kim.
Yes.
You know, I'm married to a gal named Kim.
Then see, you'll always remember my
Yes, I will. I will. Yeah, next time be hi, Kim.
name. There you go.
Well, you know, it's only 2 days before Christmas, and we're about over. We've been playing this game. All you got to do is reach in there, see if you can get one of those fabulous prizes.
Okay.
Ken, it's yours.
All right, so just pick any.
Yeah,
All
any
right.
one of them.
Now, Nothing
Well, we're
there.
going to give you a second try. This is kind of like the guy at the carnival.
Okay,
you know?
I get a second try.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, go
Maybe
ahead.
this one looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a winner.
Oh, there you go. Whoa.
All right.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Should I open that up?
I don't know if I'd do it or not.
Might be what I already got.
So what brings you to Boot City?
I am buying a pair of boots for my daughter.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jay, look at this.
There we go.
Hey, this is a fabulous,
There we go.
wallet.
fabulous
Wallet.
wallet made
My
out
son
of.
will like
You
this.
keep all the money in it?
Yep,
She keep all
she
the
can
money
have
in it?
all the money.
All the money in it too.
Wow, look at
And
that.
I tell you what, that'll wear forever because it's virgin
Yeah.
vinyl.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, great. Hey,
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming to
Yeah,
Big City.
yeah,
It's been a
thank
fun
you.
day.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
All right.
Thanks for playing Bet Your Boots.
Yes, thank you very much
And
for
good luck
having
finding
me.
those. But how old's your daughter?
She's 12.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, golly.
Yeah.
Got a great
She
selection
needs a
of
billfold too.
All right, I'll give it to her.
Hey, watch out. Who carries the money in this family?
Mama always carries some money.
Good
Without
answer.
saying there. There you go, Mama. I tell you, the only drawback, you get about $700-800 in them, and they get.
And they get, oh, well, I think I'll be,
But you know,
I'll be all
tell you
right.
what you can do. Heat them with the hairdryer, and you can get
And then
more. Yeah.
Smash
Yeah.
it down some.
Yes, because it's flexible vinyl.
Thank you.
It's been great to get to visit with you.
Good, Joe.
Super
We'll see
guy.
you
Everybody
again.
get down to Boot City and see Rod. Ask for Rod. And if you run into a guy passing out wallets, you'll know that it's Rod.
Yeah.
MOCRATIC. Everything you need to know about the Vigo Dem party. So sit back, relax, and watch from anywhere.